Welcome everyone. The topic we are going to discuss today is essay writing or composition. Composition is an art of composing a piece of writing on any theme or subject. It is the art of writing correctly, clearly, and beautifully so as to sound interesting to read. An essay, that is the whole composition, consists of a number of paragraphs and each paragraph of a number of sentences. There are many types of essays. Mainly 6 types of essays we are going to discuss. First, descriptive essays. Second, narrative essays. Third, argumentative essays. Fourth, imaginative essays. Fifth, picture composition. And sixth, storytelling. Descriptive essays. The composition in which things, persons, events, fairs, festivals are described. They are called descriptive essays. So in descriptive essays we use first person pronoun and third person pronoun. First person pronoun is I, we, my, mine. Third person he, she, it, they, them, or any name, Ram, Sham, Sita, Gita, along with present tense. Some examples for descriptive essays are good manners, discipline, a morning walk, Diwali, Dussehra, importance of books, importance of newspaper, importance of computer, science and technology, the person I like the most, my school library, annual sports day in your school. Narrative essays. In narrative essays, we used to write, compose our own past experience. In narrative essay, we use first person pronoun I, we, my, mine, and third person pronoun he, she, it, they, them, Mohan, Sohan, with past tense. Past tense is used for the time that is gone, already gone. Some examples for narrative essays are a scene at railway station, a visit to hill station, a visit to a museum, a visit to a supermarket, a visit to a zoo, a street quail, my first experience of making a cup of tea. Recall a time in your life when you were certain about something but were later proved terribly wrong. Third category is argumentative essays. The composition in which you can share your views on a controversial issue and try to present an evidence either in favor or against the given topic. Some examples could be money causes more harm than good. Private tuitions are unnecessary evil. The use of mobile phones has lowered active social life and has become an addiction. More lessons are learnt on the sports field than in the classroom. Cinema both entertains and educates the masses. Imaginative essays. An imaginative essay is fiction or type of short story. You imagine a fantastic situation or a particular historical event. We use first person pronoun I, we, my, mine, and third person pronoun he, she, it, they, them, with were and would. Some examples: if I were a millionaire, if I were the principal of my school, if I were the examiner, if I were the teacher of my class, if I were a bird. Next category is picture composition. Picture composition generally develops the skill of observation in students and enhances their ability to analyze a given picture and write about it. In picture composition, whatever you write must have a clear and close connection with the picture and beyond the picture. When you write a picture composition, you may do one of these things. You may write a story on the picture, write a description of the things that you see in the picture, write an account of the ideas and feelings that the picture shows you. And whatever you write must spring out the picture. It must have a clear and close connection with the picture. Our sixth And last category is storytelling. To write a good story, you need characters, objects, and actions. Characters, objects, and actions are the basic elements of a story along with challenges and resolutions. Some examples: write a short story entitled Escaped. Write an original story entitled Lost and Found. Write a short story that begins with the words, "It wasn't going to be easy, she knew," and walked into the room. Keep certain steps in your mind while developing a story. Step 1 is to determine the theme. The theme is the basic idea expressed in a story. Many themes are directed to convey a message or a moral. Some story writers believe that if you have no message, you have no story. Step 2. Introduce characters with their names, qualities, and weaknesses too. Step 3. Introduce some complications and conflicts and how the characters encounter all. Step 4. Develop the crisis and what brings events to a crisis. The complications will lead to action called the rising action. It will create more tension and raise the story up to crisis. Then the complication leads story to the highest point of interest. Last step is to bring out the end of a story. In the end, do the characters change? If yes, how? Let's see how to set about writing your essay. First, reading up the subject. Read carefully the wording of the topic or the subject given. For example, manners are a waste of time in the modern world. The subject here is not good manners, nor it is the listing of advantages or having good manners. The question is whether you consider that good manners have no quality or significance in the modern times. Now, remember, everything has to be written with reference to the modern world. Second is to think over. When you have got a clear idea of the subject you have, as a next step, to give some time to think over the subject. If the subject is of descriptive, narrative, or imaginary category, visualize the scenes, actual or imaginary. You will be able to flash back on the places and the people. You will see people moving, talking, quarreling, helping, laughing, weeping. You will see things happening before you step by step. If the subject is of knowledge category, reflective, argumentative, you are to think about the subject from various angles: personal, psychological, historical, political, economic, social. You'll have to recollect what your parents, teachers, friends, books, and newspapers said about the subject. Collect and note the ideas. Now, what you ought to do is to write down on a piece of paper without worrying at this stage regarding their relevance and utility. Otherwise, you will forget it. Select. When you think you have collected enough material of your composition, read over the noted points and select those are relevant and helpful to develop the subject. Organize. Now you have to organize all these ideas or points in a logical order so that the whole mass of idea become a meaningful. Next is make the outline. Now sketch out the outline by dividing the points into main heads, subheads, introduction, body, conclusion of the essay. You have now the map of the well organized, logically linked outline, which you have to fill with a clear, correct, and beautiful language in a very good handwriting. The last step, revision. Never forget to revise. After finishing the last sentence of your essay, you may no doubt feel a sense of satisfaction. But if the examiner could detect grammatical or linguistic error, he may not be satisfied. So which things you are to take care? Ask yourself some of these questions. First, are all my words spelled correctly? Second, have I used capital letters correctly? Third, have I ended up my sentences with the correct punctuation marks? Fourth, have I written incomplete sentences? Fifth, have I shifted the tense anywhere in my writing? Sixth, do I have any misplaced modifiers? Seventh, have I checked the structure of a direct or indirect speech? Eighth, do my subjects and verbs agree? This is all about writing a good essay. But the best essay starts as well as ends with a quote. Suppose you select essay Good Manners to write. You can start with the quote, Manners make a man. And after finishing your essay, you can end up with the quote, Good manners will open doors that the best education cannot. Make sure you strictly follow this. Another thing you are to take care is to stick yourself to the time limit of 35 minutes only to finish your composition. I hope the video will be useful to you all. You can click the bell icon and subscribe the channel for upcoming videos. Thank you.